What's going on, everybody, and welcome back to G's Garage. Today we're going to learn how to measure for our custom drive shaft. Let's get to it. Our transmission all mocked up. If you want to see the rest of this cross member progress, check out the Instagram account GGarage 703. All right, so today we're going to measure our drive shaft length from here to there, and we're going to show you all how to figure out what size U-joint you have on your rear differential. Also, right here we have our Franklin quick change, and we'll do just a quick, probably 5-10 minute episode on how these things work, how to set them up, how the axles go in, the whole 9 yards. So let's get to measuring our drive shaft first and then figuring out our U-joint size. Okay, so the first thing that we want to make sure we're measuring from. So on the back of this trans, we have our seal. So that's what fits around our slip yoke and keeps the transmission fluid inside. You don't want to measure from this. You actually want to measure from the end of the tail housing. So if you can see that little red rib, that is part of the seal. So we're going to take our tape measure and we're going to measure from here all the way down to the actual U-joint. Okay, so let's make this easy on ourselves. We're going to come here. We're going to feed our tape measure through right up to the flat part of the U-joint, and we're going to measure. See if you guys can see it. Probably not. All right, we get 51 3/4 of an inch. All right, so from there we know that from the back of here to the center of the U-joint back here, we have 51 3/4 of an inch. The way you order your drive shafts, your custom drive shafts, they usually only offer a 1/2 inch, but that's a good thing because you want to be able to have movement when the suspension travels. When the suspension travels in the back, this slip yoke, as intended to slip, will move in and out of the transmission. All right, and that will prevent our binding situation. All right, so here we are at our differential. Here is our pinion. So first things first, we need to figure out the cap size. So what I like to do is I'll come in here an inch and put it on my inch mark, so I'm not trying to fool with the actual tab here. So we come here, start at an inch, come over, and we end up with an 1 1/16. All right. 1 1/16 is a pretty universal size between here and here. The 1310s use it, and I believe the 1350s. I might be wrong, probably wrong on that. Leave a comment, let me know. All right, then I like to move it this way. And the same thing goes here. So we come here, I'll hold to these lugs, all right? Those are the actual centers. Let's see if we can get you down there to see those lugs. All right, you can kind of see it there. See that lug right there? All right, those are what retain the actual U-joint ends, the caps, the U-joint caps. All right, so same thing. We have the lugs here. We're gonna take our tape measure. We're gonna hold off 1 inch to the inside here. We're gonna measure across. And now it looks like it's gonna be 3 3/16, but it isn't. And I'll tell you why. Because it's actually gonna be 3 7/32. And that's the typical size for a 1310 U-joint. So now we know our length, we know our cap size, and we also know the full width of our UJoint. So with that information, we can go to our website, we can call up our companies, whoever you want to get your drive shaft through, give them those measurements, and they'll be able to whip you up a drive shaft in usually just a few days. Okay, I hope you all enjoyed this quick little video. You know, I like to keep them a little bit longer, normally at least 15 to 30 minutes. But this is just a short, in-depth, but to the point, easy video that anybody can go out, and now you know how to measure for your drive shaft. You know how to find your U-joint size. I mean, obviously there's tons of resources out there to do this. Any major drive shaft shop is actually going to, you know, have these techniques on their website. Now, one quick caveat to all this. Now, I know my truck is up in the air right now, but I do have the rear axle supported. It's the jack stands are not on the frame; they're actually on the axle. So there is the weight of the chassis on the axle. So you want to make sure that your vehicle is at ride height, but what that really means is that they want the weight on it. They don't want you to measure an unsprung vehicle. Anyways, I hope you enjoy this short little tutorial. Like always, I want to thank each and every one of you who have liked, subscribed, commented, shared. Whatever you do, it helps us grow the channel, and of course, it helps the channel go in a direction that you would like to see it go and that I would like to see it go. But once again, if you want to see any updates before the videos, check out GGarage 703 on Instagram, also GGarage on Facebook. Thank you so much for watching, and as always, make it faster.